introducing us to Chicken Man was I like the first opening scene. Like, he's a man of the people.
A man of the people.
Got the numbers, but we also learned he leads a double life, which I didn't see that coming at all. At all.
You know what? I didn't either, but it's the times. Back then, you could lead a double life and nobody knows because you can have your first family can be around the corner, and then your second family is also down the corner, and nobody will know. I think that
just ask Kirk Franklin.
See, no, what was you? See now.
Little bit teeth.
Well, I'm gonna mind my business.
Welcome back to Grown Folks Talking. I'm your host, CK Season, and I'm joined by my special co-host,
Lola Chanel.
We're going to be discussing Fight Night episodes 1 and 2. It's on Peacock. Lola.
Better put me out there. You better get them folk my government name. I'm like Chicken Man. You can't be getting them folks my government name.
Lolo, give us a synopsis of episode 1.
All right, so this episode is called Round 1, The Ballad of Chicken Man. Atlanta prepares for Muhammad Ali's comeback fight, and everyone wants a piece of the action. Chicken Man sets his eye on the Fight Night prize. Detective J.D. Hudson's call to duty is tested. Now,
well, let me give you some background, because by your smile and by how I introed, this series is doing all the things I have asked Black cinema, Black movies, Black TV shows, Black content to do for a long time. I am done with the trauma porn and the slave movies, slave adjacent movies, civil rights. I'm kind of done with that. I want to see Black people win, sort of Black excellence, and I feel like we're moving into kind of Black excellence in criminal activity, which I
love this. This is everything that I want and more in shows.
Okay.
Yes, it's a limited series, so we're not getting another season. We're not getting more episodes. I think it's like 8. 8
is fine because it's longer than a movie. It's 8 hours of content. But let me give you background, though.
Okay, go ahead.
If you remembered, back in the pandemic in 2019, Kevin Hart put out a documentary called Kevin, Don't F This Up. And in that documentary, it was like four episodes. He was talking, it was about his life and then stuff he's working on. Yeah, stuff he's worked the productions and things that he wants to do with Heartbeat Productions. And that's how, he has his own
he's put out some stuff that's been some he's put out some movies that's been good.
Right. So
the one on Netflix with him as the dad.
Wesley Snipes plays his brother, and it's a dramatic role.
That's the one where he's he's raising a little baby girl. Is that the one?
No. He's a comedian.
The one. That's the one that I was talking about. That one also is more dramatic.
It is. Yeah. And then he redid a French film where he was helping. He was like helping this person in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. That one was a good one. He's done some really good
dramatic turns, and I think this right here is his bag, where it's dramedy, comedy, but wait. So in that series, he talks about wanting to redo Up, Down, Saturday Night. So when we get to episode, it came to me because as I was watching episode 3, we won't discuss right now. We're saving that to discuss later. I looked up Uptown Saturday Night. It's an old film. It's before your time. It's really before my time, but I watched it years ago. Let me pull up my notes for it. And Sidney Poitier and
Sidney
Bill Cosby.
Poitier.
Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby.
And it said Harry Belafonte too.
Yes, Harry Belafonte. It was all the top Black Hollywood actors and actresses of that time in this film.
I
And
see.
pull up the. I can't find the
You
synopsis.
you already know. You already know where
I
I'm
know.
at.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you tell me the synopsis again while I stop trying to look for it because you have the internet right next to you.
Okay, so Uptown Saturday Night, 1974, at
Yep.
Madame Zenobia's illegal nightclub, when Steve Jackson and Wardell Franklin get robbed of their wallets containing a winning lottery ticket, they set out to recover it. Oh, that's like a
Yes.
good movie. Okay, so
it's good.
Sydney, Richard Pryor, Rosalind
Yep.
Cash, Paula
Yeah.
Kelly. Okay,
Yes.
Lee Chamberlain.
Yeah. And when you see these people, you'll be like, I know this person because a lot of the people that are in that movie and in another film called Let's Do It Again, which is in 1975, Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby, they reunite again to do another film. They're in the
Jenny
Cosby
Lester
Show.
was in here.
Yes. Yeah. So they're in the, you see them sprinkle these actors and actresses sprinkled throughout the Cosby Show series later on in their career. So that's what this, so when he said that, I was like, are you going to do Up Down Saturday Night? I was hesitant because that's when Kevin was doing all the comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And that movie is a Black Hollywood classic.
Now
Like
to
that
find
movie,
it.
Let's Do It Again. It's on, I think it's on YouTube, maybe other places. So then I was like, you done did what you said you was gonna do, because this is a Heartbeat production and a Will Packer production. So for that, chef's kiss. So now give me your kind of overall impression.
First of all,
what did you know going? Did you have any pre thoughts going into it?
Well, I love all things. Like, I love Jim Crow documentaries. I love just watching films based around Black people solely in the civil rights era. So I was already like 1960s Muhammad Ali. We got yeah, sign me up. This is after he told them folks, I'm not finna go fight for you. And he went from Cassius Clay down to Muhammad Ali. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite movies is, now I'm drawing a blank. One of my favorite movies is
Regina King?
No. Was Regina in that movie?
A Night in Miami?
A Night in Miami. First of all, shout out to Leslie Odom Jr. I love Leslie Odom Jr. Probably one of my favorite actors. I love that movie. So to get this limited series with this star-studded Taraji,
absolutely,
Don Cheadle, Samuel,
yeah, and the new ones, Saquon Wallace from
that's is that Don? Did he? No, that's not Don King.
No, that's the
no,
robber.
That is. So
his name is
no. That's Sinqua?
Yeah. Bless him.
I think the first thing I saw him in, he was in American Soul playing Don Cord.
Oh yeah. I know him. My first thing was Power.
I didn't
Power. That's where I recognize him immediately from Power. And then
Power.
Hey, no worries. Okay. And then I saw the what you're talking about. And then most recently when they redid White Man Can't Jump, which I think the name
he was in that. I didn't watch that because I don't care for that other what's that baby name? Yeah.
Jack Harlow.
Get him off my television. Anyway, Terrence the Howard, Clifton Powell.
Yep. And
Chloe Bailey.
Which, side note, I had to look that up because I was like, is that Chloe Bailey?
That's
and
Chloe
it just
Bailey.
her hair and her makeup
Mm-hmm.
to only her voice was the same, but her look changed so much, and I'm used to seeing her in
Mm-hmm.
braids, so I was like, this girl is a twin for Chloe Bailey. Then I was like, oh snap, my
That
bad.
is her. That is her.
That is
It
her.
was very star-studded. Okay, so director Craig Brewer. I don't know why
Yes,
I can't. My brain is still foggy. I was out too late last night. It's okay.
I looked him
Okay.
up. Look up his IMDb because
You
he was doing.
you
I know
already
you there.
know. Okay, Empire,
Mm-hmm.
Boomerang,
The movie.
the 2013. It ain't the Boomerang
Okay.
that we talking about. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I would need to see what that is.
He had
The
some other stuff that I
core,
was like,
yeah. Some of the stuff I don't know, but I do know Empire,
yeah,
and that is it.
that's it.
That's all I know about him. Oh, he's directed some stuff. He's the producer on here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Hustle and Flow. He
Yes,
was a
I was like, he
director
did
for
something.
Hustle and
Yeah,
Flow. It wasn't under his producer credits. It was under his
I see. I
director
see.
credits. And he's also been a writer. He's also written in a couple things. Oh, he he wrote Hustle and Flow, or was he one of the writers? It say written by. Okay, I know you.
Well, this series is based on a podcast called
Oh,
Fight Night, which is based on a true story. But if you notice, they always said
it's dramatized at the
dramatized,
beginning.
dramatized.
Some stuff
So
has been inflated.
right. So I want to finish the series before I do my deep dive to see what
Absolutely.
is drama and what isn't. But every episode I don't know what's gonna happen, which excites me. So I don't want to ruin it by deep diving and researching.
I
So
knew that
this
was David Banner. Okay, anyway, this
who is David? Which one is David Banner? Because somebody looked really familiar.
Missouri Slim.
Which one was that?
He's one of the mafia.
The Black
One of
Mafia.
he's a part of the Black Mafia. So
Okay.
and we'll see more of him
Okay.
in episode
Later.
4.
Okay.
At least
Oh, okay.
he shows up more in episode 4. So episode 1 we get to know Gordon Chicken Man Williams, who is played by Kevin Hart, and he is adamant about being the guy in all of Atlanta. He wants to be the go-getter. His main thing is like, I'll do a little crime, I'll do my big one too. He running an illegal gambling ring before
Yeah.
before the lottery and all the numbers. So he's the number man.
Yeah.
His whole character is like, baby, I'm here to make the money, and I don't want to work for the man. I want to get the
Absolutely.
money how I want to get the money. We see him talking to Silky Brown. And Silky
Yeah.
Brown is exactly what you think he looks like. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the freshest perm, chunky man.
Absolutely.
Silky Brown is played by Atkins Esteman.
I feel like I've seen him in some other stuff, but I
You
can't quite.
definitely see
Okay.
he is definitely Black famous.
Okay.
Some of his stuff, he's been in Swarm, How to Get
Oh,
Away with Murder,
our
episode
podcast
of
about
that,
Swarm. It's
The
a bad
Resident,
series.
which is a TV show, Superfly. He's been in a
Working.
couple of things. Definitely more on the Black famous side.
Introducing us to Chicken Man was I like the first opening scene. Like he's a man of the people.
A
He
man
got
of the people.
got the numbers, but we also learned he leads a double life, which that was I didn't see that coming at all. At all.
You know what? I didn't either, but it's the times. Back then,
Mm-hmm.
you could lead a double life and nobody knows
Mm-hmm.
because you
can
could
have
your first family can be around the corner, and then your second family is also down the corner, and nobody will know. I think that
just ask Kirk Franklin.
Oh, see, now what was you saying? See, now
little bit,
Oh,
little bit teeth.
well, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna
So
mind my
shock,
business.
shocking. It shocked me
It
that
didn't
he was
shock me.
good.
It didn't
Really?
shock me because one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Back in that time, you needed a wholesome lady for certain stuff. He couldn't bring Taraji to all the stuff that he needed to bring Taraji to, because and I feel like we go see as the episodes progress, and once he gets bigger, I don't know. I feel like he's of course we know he's gonna come out. I feel like he's gonna come out unscathed,
Really?
probably.
I'm not sure, ma'am, because
I think so.
the first scene is Frank with a gun in his face.
But Frank had from the same from the first 4 episodes, Frank done put a gun in his face a couple times. They done,
I'm not.
they done
I'm
had
not
that
sure.
man at gunpoint a couple times. That he done. One thing about Chicken Man, he is a smooth operator. He has
Bumpy,
gotten
bumpy. Episode 3, bumpy
bumpy.
but smooth. But I also will say, to your point about leading a double life, and kind of the episodes 1 through the episodes as we see
Mm-hmm.
is these people are on, these black men are in a life of crime, and we learn in episode 2 that he had a criminal past.
Yeah.
So similar kind of to Unprison is, it's hard to get a regular job. So what are you gonna do to make
I feel
money?
like Chicken Man wasn't gonna ever get a regular job.
No.
I don't think that was.
If he didn't have a criminal record, you don't think he would have got a regular job? Because he was like,
He's a hustler.
he's a hustler.
He's
Okay.
a hustler, baby. I think in episode 2, he like, I got my hands in every in this pot and this pot. I'm talking to this person. I'm surprised that he was just like, you know what? I could get Muhammad Ali to this party too. I could really get the champ here. You want the champ here? I could get him here because he's very slick, and I was just like, yeah, very slick.
I also would like to take a page out of that hustle handbook where
By any
limited
means.
resources. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna get there by hook or by
any
crook.
means necessary.
And I want a little bit of that. I just want a little
just
bit.
A little bit. I don't want to go too far in the deep end, because my mama used to say the devil will take you further than you planned and take you further than you intended to go. Okay, and I try to go. He went far. He said, "I wish we could talk about 3 or 4." I wish we could talk about 3 because 3 was such a good episode.
Yes. We go.
Okay.
Teaser.
Anyway, he definitely he wanted it so bad and so desperately that when we got to certain scenes, I can see why everybody was like, "Mother, you said." First of all, let me pause.
Pause for
Samuel L. Jackson.
Ma'am, that's a good pause.
I want to be able to cuss like him. I don't. That's not where I was. He's a great actor.
He's a great,
legendary Morehouse man. He is a great actor. But what I want is to be able to cuss in the cadence of Samuel. Like, I want to be like, mother. I want to be able to cuss so good that people just think it's my second language. Okay,
he makes it poetic.
He makes it poetic. I
thought you were going to say Samuel Jackson's been in this game for years, and you cannot tell a lick of it by this character, Frank. Black is smooth. It can't crack on him. It can't crack on him.
He's just that good.
So it could be genetics, which I'm like, I'm gonna have to give it to genetics, and then makeup. But it looks like he's in that time. And he's a 60-some-odd-year-old man.
That was one thing that I did love. You know, I love a costuming department that gets it right, and they got it right. I was watching one of their interviews, and it was Kevin, it was Don Cheadle, it was Terrence Howard, it was Samuel, and it was Taraji, and they were talking about, like, costuming and how luxurious Terrence hair was, and and how the costuming just got it right. And I noticed the costuming got it right down to the bras and
Yeah.
the underwear. Wait,
Yeah.
it was,
You in episode 3, but
dang it, I can't
no
talk about nothing. Anyway,
problem.
but down to the underwear that you see them
Where?
in, like, it
Yeah.
was really great. But the main thing that they talked about was how the framing of the cameras were so that they wouldn't get certain new features of New Atlanta.
Oh,
Because Atlanta in
nice.
the 1960s doesn't look
Yeah.
like Atlanta in the 2020s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you pay attention in some of the scenes, like, it is very close to their head. It is like they have
Mm.
no leeway to move up because
Mhm.
it's probably buildings or it's
Yeah.
probably lighting structures. And
Mhm.
then Samuel, he was like, but in certain scenes and episodes, it's still like old Atlanta because it ain't been
Oh.
gentrified yet. But in certain
Mm.
in like aerial shots, you
Yeah.
could tell that they shifted the camera a certain way so that they wouldn't get all of the new buildings, but just some of the old buildings that's still skyscraper level, but not all of Atlanta. I said, that is genius. Shout out to the direction. And because you have to be able to, that is a craft.
Right.
Like,
Skill.
okay, so right here we just gonna do like a really tight shot on the two of them.
Mhm.
Don't go above their head, and you could tell that they were like, don't you can't go no further, because if you
Yeah.
go any further, we're getting into, it's not authentic. And I love an
Yeah.
authentic shot to the time
Mhm.
period.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
was so good. It was so good.
One thing I thought of when I watched when I was taking my notes in that first kind of scene when he was running numbers and he goes to the place where they count the money, there were topless women, and I
Mm-hmm.
immediately thought of New Jack City
Mm-hmm.
when they go and they were counting the money, and it also reminded me of Malcolm X and Indian Archie, because Malcolm X, when he
Yeah.
was
He was a
not Malcolm,
bootlegger. He
yes, he
was
was bootleg, and he was
what was
running
his
numbers.
name? Detroit Red.
Detroit Red, and he was running numbers, and then later on he tried to get Indian Archie, played by Delroy Lindo,
Delroy Lindo.
and he accused Indian Archie of not of getting the numbers wrong, and Indian Archie was like, because it was all on memory, he memorized numbers, because he was like, don't use paper because they can track you, they can find you, police can arrest you for that. So those two,
How times has changed, because now you gotta write it down on paper, because if you put it in your cellular device, it's
go.
there.
So that very reminiscent. So New Jack City, Black Hollywood classic, Malcolm X, Black Hollywood classic. So these little moments all made my heart glad. Made my heart
Man, I
very, very
love
glad.
this. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What else happened in episode 1?
So we learned about Don Cheadle. Also, when it comes to makeup, because they aged him
Don the
good.
Cheadle. His
Who was,
wig is so good, because I know that's not his hair. That's a good unit.
well, I wish Tyler would take a note. Several pages. I know I'm shading everybody. He's the first black cop.
You go get us in trouble. The people just gonna see this, and they not gonna let us in the room. See, they not gonna let us come in there with them. They gonna be like,
It was a
"Hey,
compliment. It was a compliment.
I as much as Tyler Paris gets on my nerves with the wigs, he told us that he hired people for that. We'll fire him anyway.
Hire this person
Hire this
and keep
person.
them. Absolutely.
Keep him. It was Don. The FX.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With
Everything
his
about
eyes.
this is spectacular. Oh,
Yeah.
because I know you've aged it. He like Obama in the first presidential term,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I know as soon as you became a police officer, they said, and drain the life. We are in the Jim Crow South, and they just now integrating the police stations, and you're in
With him.
with him.
And he's getting flack from his community because people give him this look. They call him Uncle Tom, and they call him a pig, like they call everybody. But his is worse because his own folks are like, you turned on us.
He's a one. He's a one.
Right. He's the one. Then they go into Muhammad Ali, which the story, I think
Dexter Darden.
Dexter Darden. Who I will say the Muhammad Ali story needs to be told in a series because his life is
in a series.
And he had a long life, career, how he started and going from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali, and how he took the country on a whirlwind with his confidence, his braggadocious.
His mama named him Cassius, so I'm gonna call him Cassius.
And how he changed his name in his life and became part of the Nation of Islam and Black Muslim. So right now in this period, he's the most hated man because he didn't go to Vietnam, because I'm not gonna fight no Viet Cong as a Black man. So he avoided the draft. He avoided the draft, lost his title, and white folks was like, and he was like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You can't fight me.
He said, I guarantee you can't whoop me.
Right.
You can't whoop me.
And his braggadocious is what people still talk about today.
To this day.
Yeah.
I mean, the confidence that he has in himself. Yeah. So watching several things that have had Muhammad Ali portrayed in it.
Yeah. I missed the Will Smith interpretation, but I saw One Night in Miami. Yes, I saw that. But I didn't see Ali with Will Smith.
I saw a little bit of Ali with Will Smith.
You did.
I feel like I've watched at least clips. I haven't watched the full thing. And One Night in Miami, and there's something I think he was portrayed in something else that I watched, but it was a small cameo. Okay. How do you think Dexter got the voice down?
I think the voice was fine, but he's miscast to me. Bless him. I just like the look. He's just miscasting. It could be because I've seen documentaries of Muhammad Ali.
I thought so too.
Muhammad Ali is just like, the face. And so his voice was fine, but I just couldn't believe him. But the guy who played in One Night in Miami, him I could believe.
Eli Gorey. I believed in Eli Gorey as well.
So I don't know how you solve that problem, because one person.
You don't want to be typecast,
right?
Though as the go-to from Muhammad Ali, but I did think Eli Gorey was Dexter did a great job.
Right, absolutely,
great job.
I just wish his face was different.
And you know what?
What?
And One Night in Miami, when Leslie Odom played Sam Cooke, they did alter his teeth and his nose. So I don't understand why people don't do that. Like, I know you want to cast a certain person. If they could get the voice down and you have to tweak a little bit, I feel like you should be able to tweak a little bit. They don't need to look like themselves because they're portraying someone else. You have him portraying an actual person. So I feel like they could have tweaked.
Me too.
Tweaked him just a little bit. And I think they got the dimples.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the whole thing. I just every time he came on screen, I was just like, oh,
I would have I would have wanted them to tweak his appearance just a little bit.
A hair.
Using makeup. That's it.
So I will say, so this, speaking of One Night in Miami, that all happened in 1964. And this film takes place like 8 years afterwards, because they mentioned that Dr. King had been assassinated and they can't afford another high Black profile person getting shot. So that's why Don Cheadle's character is be made to guard him while he's in Atlanta.
I said this is, first of all, the time period setting is just great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just great. I definitely. Oh, okay. So how we get to fight night and the party? So is meeting with Silky Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking, and he tells Taraji's character Vivian,
Mm-hmm.
who is his down
main
girl,
girl.
his
Main
bottom
girl.
chick,
Mm-hmm.
because she can't be his wife. She can't be the lovely doting wife.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Silky, he working for like the top mafia dog in New York. He like his right hand. I'm trying to. I heard they coming down for the fight.
Right.
I want to work with him.
And as a team, they were just like, we're not making enough money running these numbers.
We're not making it. The government has come in. They got this new lottery system. Mm-hmm. We can't run numbers no more. They're shutting everybody down. Right. And it's just not making us any more money.
Right. Exactly.
And they got girls down there that they got to pay. And, and the house is... The fact that this man bring back affordable two home.
Man. But two different lives. But do you think that's her house? Because that's the only way I can make sense of it. That had to be her house.
Well, this is the 1960s. Black women did it. I mean, not black women. Women couldn't have.
So we're saying we're assuming he has two homes.
I believe he has two homes.
Okay.
They may have gone half on it, but it's definitely in his name. It's absolutely, in his name.
Absolutely. And so then we're also kind of assuming that his numbers game is paying for both of these houses because his wife, she works. I believe she's a nurse. So she's bringing in some, like she's doing the bills and stuff, but he's doing the mortgage. So they're like, we need to. Chicken Man, he gets the bright light. He's like, if I can get in with Frank,
I can get in with Frank, I'm trying to be his man in Atlanta. That's his whole thing. He's like, he got the business in New York. He ain't got nobody in Atlanta, which I thought was weird because we all know Atlanta to be this black mecca.
But no, not that time. Not at that time.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And we hadn't gotten to that moment yet because it is still the Jim Crow South.
Absolutely.
But I would have thought that that Atlanta had at least a Frank.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like they had a Frank. It didn't sound like it could, because in this you had Detroit, you had Chicago, you had St. Louis, Chicago, of course, New York, New Jersey.
But also no Southern representation, really. I mean,
true.
Missouri was probably like kind of the closest you're going to get. Yeah. Everything else is open waters.
Chicago, I like to say that Chicago ain't nothing but a bunch of Southern niggas that lost their manners. That's what I like to say.
The words that are in comments are hereby from Lola, not from your girl.
Hold on, let me get my mic. It ain't nothing but a bunch of Southern men that migrated to Chicago, Mississippi, Arkansas.
That's true. That's true.
I say it again. Ain't nothing but a bunch of Southern men that migrated to Chicago and lost their manners. That's all that's in Chicago.
Please direct all your comments to one Lola.
Direct them to me. Ask your grandmama where she from. Arkansas, Mississippi. They went up there and lost their Southern hospitality.
The music was excellent, and one scene
I love.
I know you do.
I love. Go ahead and inject the playlist into my veins, okay?
Absolutely.
I need to see if they have one, but it's
while you're looking that up,
it's amazing.
They did James Brown pay the cost to be the boss, and as they were inducing all the Black Mafia men and the rest of the Black leaders. So that was a perfect way to where music kind of supports the scene. They dropped Lola Falana and how she
Shout out to Lori Harvey. Is this her first?
is that Lola? Is she playing Lola Falana?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is this
well,
her? Is this her first? Yeah.
wow.
This is her first like actual like she's been a game shows and other like pop culture shows like Dish Nation, and she played I guess a love interest in Tiana Taylor's music video, but I think that this is her first acting credit in an actual.
Wow. Well, Lola Falana is a big deal because she was like the Queen of Vegas, and I've heard of her name just kind of in pop culture, but didn't know really who she was. So I looked her up, and she's a like Afro-Cuban or Afro. You have your computer. Look up Lola Falana, please.
Yes, absolutely. I believe Miss Lola Falana is probably what we would. Okay, so she was an American singer, dancer, and actress. She was nominated for a Tony. As Best Actress in a Musical in 1975.
That I didn't know.
Lola is still living.
Oh, wow.
She is 82 years old.
Come on, Lola. She needs her flowers. She needs her movie.
She needs her movie.
Go
She's
to
from
her
New
like
Jersey. Yeah,
but
Lolita. I'm gonna call myself Lolita. Lolita Elaine Falana. Born September 11th. Oh, happy birthday! She just had a birthday. Okay, let's go to career life. Okay,
before
in
do her Afro, like I believe she's Afro-Cuban.
Yes. So Falana's father, an Afro-Cuban, left his homeland of Cuba to serve in the U.S. Marine Corps, later becoming a welder shortly after meeting Falana's mother, who was African American. So yes, so she's Afro-Latina.
Afro-Latina. Okay. Fantastic. Now career.
Okay, so she got her first dancing gig at the age of 16 during a Dinah Washington nightclub appearance in Philadelphia.
Dinah Washington, also black famous. Famous. She famous. She big.
Okay, so Washington, dubbed the Queen of Blues.
Yeah.
I would love to see a movie or a biopic.
Something. Documentary. Yes, it is.
Something, because it wasn't enough, and we didn't see enough of her, and because I think she was portrayed by Mary J. in the Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
She was portrayed by Mary J. in the Jennifer Hudson version of Aretha's Story.
Who also, they did a longer version, a limited series with Cynthia Erivo.
But I don't think Dinah was hit on. In that. I was about to say that's why we gotta differentiate.
Yes, absolutely.
Falana was discovered by Sammy Davis Jr., who gave her a featured role in his 1964 Broadway musical Golden Boy. After the musical, Falana launched her music career in 1964. My Baby is her first single, and it was recorded and released for Mercury Records in 1965. Later in her career, she recorded under Frank Sinatra's record label, Reprise. In the 1960s, Falana was mentored by Sammy Davis Jr. In 1966, Davis cast Falana with himself, Ossie Davis, and Cicely Tyson in her first film role in A Man Called Adam. Falana became a major star of Italian television in 1966 and cinema in 1967. Okay. In Italy, she learned to speak fluent Italian while starring in 3 movies, the first of which was considered a spaghetti western. She sang and danced on the TV show Sabato Sera next to singer Mina. She was known as the Black Venus. Okay, so she was in Italy for quite some time.
Kind of like a
During
Josephine Baker, where Josephine
definitely
Baker like kind of like a they like me over here because
they
y'all U.S. don't like me, but seem like
they
she
did
moved
that.
past that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So
she
another
ain't
point of
really
this,
move over here for real into the 1970s.
till we gotta act somewhat together. But another point this movie brought out was how it seamlessly incorporated real black people because it's historical. It's just, and this show is like historical fiction, but I love that I'm learning about Lord Falana, and I'm learning about in episode 2 Frank's character talks about Mansa Musa, who was like the richest man ever or of that time. So I looked him up, and when we'll get there I'll bring up what I found, but just all these little bit of,
Please enlighten me.
all these pieces
Oh,
of
I know who that is.
all these pieces of historical black people doing
Give
incredible things.
me more. I want
Yeah.
everybody. I feel like we've broken a lot of ceilings for these A-list black celebrities who have their own labels and all the things to
Mm-hmm.
put out more stuff like this. Give me more.
Well, it takes money and it takes time,
It
because
does.
that documentary where Kevin Hart was, that was in 2019. This series came out in 2024. So
It
20,
does say
21, 22, 23, 5 years for this to get off,
what
for this to come to our television.
he stacked the cast.
He definitely stacked the cast, and he got all the right ingredients together to make this series something that I think is so
Mm-hmm.
far 10 out of 10. Now, I also think each episode is like a mini movie with a cliffhanger, because at the
Yes.
end of episode 1 you see is that episode 1? Did I go back? Yeah, end of episode 1, Chicken Man is at the top of the in the fight night, and he sees the cop. He sees Detective Hudson, and they look at each other. And I go, do they know each other? Why do
They
they know
know
each
each
other?
other. They
And we
know
know,
each other.
and they so
Episode
that
2.
look
This.
clued us in,
This.
foreshadowed. And then I wrote, why? Oh, why rob Black Vegas when the big hitters weren't there at the time? And then I said that episode 1 was 2 weeks ago, before Chicken Man supposedly got shot by the boss man. So what we've already moved ahead. What Black famous? Do you have
Okay.
any Black famous for this episode?
So I would say, okay, first of all, everybody is famous. I mean, everybody is black, which I
Yes,
love.
I know you do.
Which I love. I'm going to say, because I don't know how many people would say or would not say, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Clifton Powell.
Now, who? Let me look him up. Who put that
When
name?
you see his face, you're going to say what I already know.
Okay. Oh yeah. Which who? Oh, he plays the one of the other men.
He's
One of
yes.
the Black Mafia. He's. I mean, he's definitely Black famous. Is
He's
he?
definitely black famous. I don't
Is he?
know if he's crossed over to famous yet. First of
Yes.
all, he's always played a bit of a bad band.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
he's been in a whole lot of stuff. According to IMDb, his acting credits started in 1981.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He's been in House Party, Cop Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He's had an episode
Seen
on
it.
Matlock.
Okay.
He's
Working actor. Yeah, for
working
Matlock.
actor.
I'm trying to get a check.
Martin, In the
Oh
Heat
yeah.
of the Night, Menace to Society, Thea,
Yeah.
The Sinbad
Classic.
Show, South Central,
Huh.
Nowhere to Hide, Renegade, Divas, Murder She Wrote, Pacific Blue, Riot. He was in, oh, that was just a music video. But he's the Jamie Foxx Show, NYPD Blue,
Mm.
Caught Up, and the Horse, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Shout out to Frankie Lyman. Rush
Yeah.
Hour, Selma Lord Selma, Foolish, No Tomorrow, Walker Texas Ranger,
Wow.
Hot Boys, The Parkers, A Private Affair. The brothers, Bones, 1-on-1. He's had, and he was, hey man,
Mm-hmm.
Pinky and Friday After Next. We've seen him in so many. He was in Ray, Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles, Sugar Valentine. He's been in so much.
Yeah.
He's done voiceovers. He's absolutely
he's peak Black famous. I'm just like I'm gonna put him.
Everybody,
at the
if
top
you
tier.
are Black, if you have watched any of the Fridays, if you have watched
kind of pretty much any Black content,
if you've watched any if you watch anything on BET Plus right now, 9 times out of 10 Clifton Powell is in it on my list of people of like, if he's in it, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see what it's talking about. He is definitely Black famous. Now let's just throw Don in there. Mr. Don Cheadle.
Famous.
First of all, I'm not gonna call him that, but the fact that he's in Marvel Cinemas,
yeah,
he in the Marvels.
He plays one of the. He was with Iron Man, and then he won.
I was about to say
a War Machine.
Oh my gosh!
And he took over the Terrence Howard character when Terrence Howard wasn't acting right.
Yeah, he Iron Man.
Yeah.
I did not know that he was the voice of the narrator in the Wonder Years.
The new that. Well, for the new Wonder Years, the Black Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if it's I didn't watch that.
I know, but I didn't want you to. I didn't want to confuse the audience when you say the Wonder Years.
Hey guys, disclaimer: I'm gonna speak into my mic when I say this. Lola, if it's old and it's got only one Black character in it, I'm not watching it. So if you hear me reference something that has been revamped and it has an all Black cast, I'm talking about the all Black cast. Every
time
me over here, this is strictly for the real. Okay,
fill in the blank.
This is the end of my disclaimer. I'm not talking about them white folk. All right, back to what we were talking about. Don Cheadle.
Who is also a heavy hitter. Like my first moment of Don Cheadle was when he was in the Devil in a Blue Dress. The Devil in a Blue Dress with
Devil in a Blue Dress. Yes.
Based
Mouse
on the book.
Alexander. 1995.
Absolutely. Also a period piece. Wonder Years, other 60s television series that had
he was
2
in that
seasons. Well, he does a voiceover, Don Cheadle, for that. But I'm just saying, I watched that series because it's great, and I wish it got more.
The Black one,
of course, the Black one. I wish it got
I thought you
more.
had one back.
No. I wish it got a little more love, and maybe it should go to BET because it's a good show. And
I'm so upset that they canceled it because that is such a. We should have gotten more from Dean and his family.
Absolutely.
Because Dean was on his way to middle school or high school, one or the other. I forgot where I stopped off.
But great cast of family, and the guy who played the dad was in The West Wing, whose name escapes me. But anyway,
I don't know. I hope that's not true. This says maybe that's because it's only 4 episodes out. What? This says that Don is only in 4 episodes of Fight Night. I'm going to assume.
Yeah, no. I think you're right. I think they're not going to.
Okay.
Reveal more.
Don't do that to me.
Too late, Hill. I
Huh?
went back to Wonder Years. I couldn't remember the name of the dad, so I had to
Oh,
look at Dule Hill was the dad in Wonder Years. Okay, continue.
love him. He was
Any
a
more?
fine man. Uh,
Yes.
so
Any
what
more
would
Black
you?
favorites? Oh, John
First
Cheadle's
of
famous.
all, big famous. We could just keep we can just we had 57 cast members, and so I'll just do 2 every time
Okay,
because
that's great.
some of these folk ain't white.
Yes. Well, I'll say, of course, Taraji, famous. Kevin Hart, famous.
Famous.
So,
Well, for a long time, Taraji was only Black famous.
she sure was. She's just now entered
I was
her
about to say
famous era
she.
the
I
past couple of
think
years.
what set her apart was Hidden Figures.
Yes,
I
agreed.
think that was her big one, where
her
people was
but
like,
she's been consistently working.
you know, it's
The whole
hard
time.
out here for
Right.
people.
No, she wasn't in Hustle and Flow.
Yes, she
She
was.
was.
Yes,
She was.
it's our work husband and wife.
You know, that's
how they got. That's how they got
Okay, absolutely.
Empire.
Absolutely. Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
you finna get a whooping.
I am. I didn't. Also, I did not watch Empire. I watched the first episode and I let it go.
Well, I was a part of the Black Exodus that after we all just stopped at that one episode and could never go back. So I think I made it to season 2. And
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I made it to season 2.
And then let it go.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to episode 2, where we see where Chicken Man is a perfect patsy. And then they have a little black car, a car that says 1962, 8 years before the fight. What you gonna say? Okay.
And he is the one who has set up basically Silky and Chicken Man.
We didn't know at the time.
Emerson Dorsey is his name. We did not know at the time.
Yeah.
We didn't know that what because he wanted. Okay, so Chicken Man. I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Chicken Man and Detective J.D. Hudson know each other because Detective J.D. Hudson
is the one officer that shows up for trial. And
why didn't you expect that? See, because as a black man, he said they done let me up in here. Let me do my due diligence. And then
be perfect.
So Chicken Man and his lawyer are talk about the racist cops and he was a good upsetting citizen and
which consider the culture, consider the time this happened, makes perfect sense. Like the judge is like, you're right. I mean,
and he ain't here to defend himself. And
right.
know what happened?
In Atlanta,
it walks then police officer J.D. Hudson, and he's like, "Yes, Your Honor, I arrested that man." He said, "This is the racist. Lock him up. Get him out of here. You playing in my face." And he like, "This bitch." Oh,
I felt bad for Chicken Man. I felt bad, especially when they showed his. He's like, I want to see the birth of my child. I just, I messed up.
Well, now you ain't doing that. Now you ain't doing that. Now you going to the slammer because you want to lie.
Then they go to 2 weeks before the fight, the night of the robbery, and we are introduced to the people who are going to rob the place. And what I thought was interesting is episode 1, I'm on Chicken Man's team. I'm team Chicken Man. I'm team Sweets. I'm team Vivian. Let him work it out with Frank. He has this vision of making Atlanta.
He has this vision, and it's just, he's like, when they're talking, they're like, they keep playing with us. I want to be the top man. I want it to be everything that it's supposed to be and more.
Yes.
The vision is there. The vision is there. And
I support the vision.
I support the vision. Why not?
Of course.
Yes. We got all these glorified. They glorify what's them folks? What's them people? The Godfather.
Oh yes, okay. Yes.
He like, I want to be glorified like that. Y'all let them shoot up the clubs,
right,
and all the things.
make all the
Why we
money.
can't?
Mm-hmm.
Why we can't do our? Because ain't Vegas just what the Godfathers built?
Yeah,
The
yes,
casinos, yeah. But they wanted to. Their whole thing is like, well, Chicken Man's is like, I'm trying
to build something,
to build wealth, generational wealth.
Yes.
Tell
And that
Kamala
theme comes
get
back
rid of
around. That thing comes back around in this episode towards the end.
Yeah.
But before we go there, Chicken Man, he has a challenge because Frank don't want to come to the party. He's in a bad mood.
Frank. No,
Frank is like the office.
Ain't that episode 3?
No, episode 3 is they in the house. Episode 2 is
we have to fight.
fight.
Frank don't want to come. Frank is upset because
the landing,
the land deal didn't go through, and now Chicken Man. And this is where I say him being so desperate really hinders him.
Yeah,
because he's trying to get him there. He don't even know what's going on. So he like, I just want you to come because I got big plans.
And in the whole time, he's just like, hey, Frank. Hey, he's just like that little nappy, that dog that just like, that annoying.
That little gnat that just won't go away.
And you're just like, go. Like, not right now. And then Frank is kind of entertaining him. But
Silky,
just, like, if he would have calmed down a little bit. Things could have been different.
He didn't take a page out of everybody's book. You look desperate. If you just leave him alone and be like, but he trying to fix everything. He got him with Lola Falana. He got him this. He got him that. He got the people off his back. And he just like, it's one thing after another. And because he's so desperate, he can't see too far into the distance of how this all looks bad.
Yes, indeed. So he comes up with a scheme to let the janitor who works at the state office.
I had to pause that scene so many times. I get secondhand embarrassment really bad. So I so bad. So if something happens that's creative, I'll be like, oh, I can't watch. So him, the senator who is played by
I thought you should save that for a Black Famous at the end.
I love that band. Anyway, the senator finally walks up and he's like, yeah. I know him, and he's the best thing. And and everybody like, oh, he is tapped in. He real tapped in. And
co-signed on him beautifully. I was like, Chicken Man, you done did it.
You did it. But
he
then
saw the pen. He saw the other pen. He had them change clothes.
Two and two together.
I was with Chicken Man the whole time for
it. It was so sweet until the senator came back and said, "Take care of him. I really love him. He's the best janitor." I said, "Damn!" It was working. We were so close.
And Chicken Man was like, all right, right before that sentence, he was like, all right, let's take him on back. He was so close to being like,
close.
He co-signed, and now let's get out. And then
let's go.
He said the janitor. And I was like, I don't, what you gonna
do?
I feel bad. What you gonna do? How you gonna do? Frank is no dummy.
He's no dummy.
You try to hustle.
you tried to hustle a hustler, and it backfired. and Terrence, everybody's face, like Lamar, Cadillac Richie, Silky, everybody's like, oh, he really got it. And then he said that, everybody like, you dumb. Your country bumpkin ass just can't. You just
yeah.
We can't trust you. You keep stuff keep coming up and you looking too desperate. I said, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
And then before that, Hustler from Miami came up to Chicken Man and was just like, give me 50% of this Black Vegas thing. So Chicken Man needed Frank's help in order to get that dude off of him.
What's his name? Now I can't find his name no more.
We get to the end of the episode, and Chicken Man is on his knees along with Mr. Latino Man. And
I'm gonna find him.
Please find him, because I feel like he's familiar. I feel like I've seen him in something, but
we've definitely seen him in something.
Fighting for his life. And now Frank thinks that Chicken Man done lied to him and that he's trying to hustle him. And when you a gangster, you got to tie up all loose ends with the dirt. And so Mr. Latino Man is the first one that gets clocked. Mm-hmm. And then Chicken Man is next, and Frank
right to the head.
Right to the head. Frank asks him, how I know you not in cahoots with this dude. Mm-hmm. And Chicken Man talks about
for some reason he can't find him.
Can't find him. Mm-mm. So Chicken Man talks about, I'm trying to do something big. I'm trying to, get in. I'm trying to make Atlanta the Black Vegas. And then that's when Frank is like, well, I think it should be the Black Mecca. And I said, oh,
he see the beautiful vision.
He see the vision. He was like, I want to build. Frank takes what Chicken Man said, where I want Black to be all over Atlanta. And Frank takes that theme and builds upon that. And he's like, I want us to be like Mansa Musa. So I looked at Mansa Musa, and he inherited a kingdom that was already wealthy, but he expanded trade in Mali. He made Mali the wealthiest kingdom in Africa. His riches came from mining, significant salt and gold deposits in the Mali kingdom. Elephant ivory was also another major source of wealth. And that's how Mansa Musa became the richest man of the time. So Chicken Man got his way out. He fought his way. His mouth got him out of trouble.
His luck is just, that's why I believe that he gonna be all right. I feel like he gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be okay.
I think 3 strikes. I feel like 3 strikes, man.
3 strikes, he's out.
1 janitor, 2 episode 3 that we'll save. Also, this is the episode where Ali wins. And Don Cheadle was talking with somebody about Ali winning in that moment of victory. And he talks about how when he was a kid and he was playing football, and they were playing a team that was a white team that was in a better division.
Shut the scoreboard off.
They shut the scoreboard off, and they end up losing. And he goes, we couldn't even have that moment of victory because in this time and sometimes present day, Black is always inferior.
Black is always inferior. So that win it's all the time. Well, it ain't as bad. But we live
in different forms.
We live in a world where we win, they lose, and they're invited because they made it to the same round as us. They're invited to the same spaces because nobody wants to not invite the losers. They get their participation trophy where they could just go home. But no, they get invited to the White House with us. Anyway.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna leave that right there, but I'm just gonna say this series very much, it doesn't have to even mention the seeds of racism and oppression and how the man works tireless to keep Black people down. And we have to, as a community, build up Black wealth. Like that's, if you remember in the pandemic when George Floyd was murdered, and how we were just all like, we all came, all Black people as a nation, and then we were talking about, I'm going to invest my dollars into Black businesses, and how can we do that more and keep the dollar in the Black community circulated within our community. And, you have stories about the Tulsa shooting and Rosewood in Florida, and now Heartbeat productions and how we have these Black leaders in different types of areas trying to build Black wealth.
This
Yes.
is such a great show.
Yeah.
I was just going through because I know we're going to talk about it soon. So let's talk about the writers. So the creator
yes.
and one of the writers is Shay Ogbonna. He has also written on The Shy. So I'm very familiar with his work. Great.
And isn't The Shy? That's what's the lady's name? The lady's name, bald
Lena
head,
Waithe.
or Lena Waithe. Yes. Also a Black content creator who's all
Lovely.
about us and
All about
putting
us.
out content that features us.
Maxwell Michael Townsend. He is also a writer. Not a lot of stuff that I've watched by him, but apparently they have worked together before, so they might be a good duo.
Okay.
Him and Shay. And then another staff writer is William.
Wonderful. And like we said before, this series is by Will Packer, who is a Black man, as well as Kevin Hart with his Heart with
Will ain't listed as, so he must be an executive producer.
That's yeah. So let's do Black famous for this episode.
So for this one, I'm gonna give you 2. We're gonna start with Ronrico Lee. He is Senator Johnson.
He's Black famous, and he's great. Like his roles
love him.
Are very diverse.
Mea Culpa. He was
he sure was.
Yes, he was. First Wives Club, which is
Mhm.
one of my favorite shows that I will watch and rewatch. He was at Napoli Ever After with Sanaa Lathan.
Yep,
he had a short cameo in there. He's been in
He's been in Blackish.
Many.
Isn't that him in Blackish? Yes. No. He wasn't one of the ad executives that worked with old boy, the dad. Or am I confusing him with somebody else?
Yes, you are.
My bad. Sorry,
yes, you are.
Yeah.
That's Dion Cole.
No, not him. There was another dude, a short dude, not Dion.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. No, that's not him. Okay. That's not him. No.
Okay.
I was like, but I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name right now. It's not coming to me.
But yes, Dion, I know. Dion is.
Of course, he's been the Tyler Paris Medea Goes to Jail.
Alan Maldonado. That's
Alan Maldonado.
Yes.
He's been a Guess Who, Girlfriends. Moesha, Sister is what he is probably most known for. He played Tyreek, who was Samara's boyfriend.
I did not watch that show.
Or T.O.
What
yay! I'm not the only one over here talking about I ain't watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
his acting credits span back to 1989.
Okay.
He's
been out here.
He keep a bag. He keeps a bag. Now, he may not have big roles.
Yeah.
But he keeps he works. He is
I would say for me age. He looks great. I would say for me First Wives, to me, he was in the main cast and he was. To me, I put that was probably his most biggest role where he's
I think he would probably say, oh well, no, because he came in later seasons. But he was in several seasons. He was in several episodes of Survivor's Remorse. I didn't watch that.
Oh, I watched that. It was on HBO.
He was on The Quad.
I didn't watch that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about The Quad. BET? Is that BET?
Yeah. Okay. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should watch it. I think we should watch it just for the fun. Just and gigs.
Who else you got?
Okay. Let me go over here and get. Oh, let me do another one. Let's do David Banner. We all know David Banner as.
We do.
We all know David Banner as a
American rapper, record producer, mainly record producer.
Mainly a rapper.
Character did he play
on this?
Yeah,
he's Missouri Slim.
Let me
But
see.
I would say his acting credits start. Oh, he was in Stump the Yard. His acting credits start. I'm going to say in 2006 in a movie called Black Snake Moan. And I am very concerned because a God-fearing bluesman takes a wild young woman who, as a victim of childhood sexual abuse, looks everywhere for love.
Is this coming out?
This is a Samuel movie.
That
Directed
is
by
coming out?
Craig Brewer. No, this came out in 2006, but this is where David David Banner's first his first acting credit comes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he's been in Monk, This Christmas.
Oh wow,
The Butler, A Christmas
yeah.
Blessing, Ride Along, Where's the Love, Carter High.
Wow. My bad, David. I have.
Yeah, I don't know. People don't give David enough credit for being an actor. He's an actor.
Yeah, for sure.
He didn't cross over. I remember him from This Christmas. He was one of the guys that was coming for what's his name for his money.
Okay. Don't remember. I saw the movie. I don't remember. All I remember is Chris Brown. But awesome, awesome. He is Black famous.
He was one of the beater uppers on what's that black British man's name that was in This Christmas? What's his name? Okay.
Google help us.
I know his name. His name is that name. I don't want to look it up. I know his name.
Okay.
K. Michelle wrote a song about him.
She did, and it was called
The Song?
The Name.
Maybe I should call this the song. Why I can't think of this man's name? Idris Elba. My God. I have to look at it.
He was a beater upper?
No. David Banner.
Banner?
Yeah. David Banner is like,
Elba?
yeah. David, because you remember this Christmas, Idris had owed the people monies.
I remember Chris Brown. The end. But I really like the movie.
Out of all the things, you don't. Columbus Short, Regina Hall.
Absolutely. I
Regina
remember those
Hall,
people.
Regina King. My God, I'm not that old. I don't know why.
No. I know who you're talking about. Like Regina Hall. They know they've been confused by one another. I could watch that movie right now and be surprised because I remember nothing except for Chris Brown is in it.
Oh,
and he sings this. He does a great job. So that'll be my holiday movie. Come this year to be like, oh, yes.
The holidays have already started. Put your Christmas tree up.
Okay, sure. It's happening. I got a little mini tree somewhere.
What would you rate these 2 episodes so far?
10 out of 10, man.
10s across. It's gonna be 10s across the board.
What does IDB say for episode 1 and 2? That is my question.
I don't care what they said. Right now, they got episode 1 has a 7.9. Episode 2, I didn't even give. Episode 2 has an 8.5. This is the highest we've seen, girl.
For real. Oh, don't look at episode 3. Don't look at episode 3. We will table it here. I know. Don't say it. We will table the discussion here, and we'll be back at episode 3 and 4 of Fight Night on Peacock. If you're not watching this film,
you need to.
You are missing. You're missing out on a amazing treat of Black Hollywood, Black story being told by Black people behind the scenes, and talking about themes of Black wealth, Atlanta, before it became before it became the ATL that we know and love now.
College Park is not Atlanta.
And I can't wait I don't know where this story is going. So there's that. Either. And also it's appointment TV because new episodes drop every Thursday. So you can't binge it. You can only
Bring
right now you can only get 1 through 4.
bring back appointment TV and
Bring
abolish
it back.
streaming. And
Yeah,
bring back
it's
21
helpful.
episode seasons.
Absolutely. Fully tell the story. But
So
I will take 8 for now because
we'll take the
we
limited series. We'll take
the
it
limited
over a condensed movie. I'll take the limited
Absolutely.
series. I love that.
Absolutely.
But bring back 21 episode seasons.
Yes. Appointment TV because it helps with podcasting. And on that note, like and subscribe. We'll see you later.
Bye.